Beyond mobility, what do you see in the future as companies need to adjust to deal with this increasing demand while there are challenges with delivering to that demand?
I think what you're going to expect is software getting a lot more intelligent, getting a lot smarter. I think companies are going to be wanting their software programs to do more than what they're used to, right? So you're going to see some continuous improvement on the software side by these ISVs, right? To really help problems being solved beyond what they originally were intended to do, right? And I think that's an exciting piece of it right there, right? So, so you're going to see software getting smarter. You're going to see software working in a way where it's actually going to start understanding what the next job task or activity needs to be by the individual actually using it, right? Actually having the software help that sort of worker make better decisions without them really being involved, understanding the workflow sort of of that particular sort of like, worker and job task.
Yeah, I think you kind of go down the road of machine learning and AI type of things where, in the future, in a futuristic warehouse or distribution center, people are still going to be there, right? But they're going to be assisted by robotics, automation, edge technology, sensor technologies, things we've talked about in the past. So, I think that's the exciting part where we're going to have a blended type of solution between automation and folks.
When you add all those things together, improving the user experience as well, right? Making it their job easier along the process.
Information that's being gathered as products are going through the process and being able to track everything from growth to end user. And I think that's going to be a big piece of what these companies are going to have to be able to do.
Yeah, I mean, a perfect example of that are the vaccines, right? They have to be stored at a certain temperature. They become relatively ineffective, right? So you need to make sure you're tracking the temperature every step of the way throughout the whole blockchain.
It'd be interesting to be on the truck with a driver who gets a notification from one of your devices that says, hey, the conditions back there aren't what they're supposed to be, so you need to do something, you need to pull over, you need to, go and check something. And I think that's where we're going, right? And that information is going to be routed back to the distribution center so they can see what's going on. I had an application where a dairy company was trying to do deliveries and they need to be able to show that their trucks were at a certain temperature the whole time, or else they weren't going to be able to work with a specific national vendor, because otherwise that vendor was like, hey, if you can't show us that your trucks were within the temperature, then you can't work with us from an organization perspective. It's too much at stake with recalls and people getting sick and what have you.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate everyone's time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.